Hi friends, so once again welcome to your grammar sessions with Mini at your own favorite learning platform Learn Forward, and we are here with chapter number 8 of your book The Grammar Hub for Grade 8 by Feathercap, and the topic for today is the adverb. Not a new word, I know. Adverbs are, yes, the words that modify verbs, but is it just the verbs they modify? Exactly, they modify adjectives also, they modify some other adverb also. That is the perfect definition now. So, you know about adverbs. Let us recall the types of adverbs. The first is adverb of quality or manner. That means how an action is done. She works hard. How does she work? She works hard. So, hard is the adverb of manner. Next is adverb of place. They give an answer to where. So people came inside. Where did the people come? Inside. So inside is the adverb of place. Adverbs of time, they give an answer to when an action happened. He has a meeting today. When does he have a meeting? Today. So today is the adverb of time. Now adverb of frequency tells you how often an action is repeated. She drops in to meet us sometimes. So how frequently? Sometimes. This gives you the adverb of frequency. Let us try again. So how often are you trying it? Again. So this shows repetition. Adverbs of reason, they give you the reason for happening of an action. I'm working now, hence I won't be able to talk. So this is giving you the reason. Why won't I be able to talk? Because I am working now. Hence is the adverb of reason here. Adverbs of degree, they tell you to what extent some action is done. Like if I say he is totally exhausted, so to what extent, how much is he exhausted? That gives you the adverb of degree. So these are the different adverbs, kinds of adverbs. We have interrogative adverbs also. They put question about the action. So when shall we meet? When is the interrogative adverb? Where shall we meet? Again interrogative adverb. How are we getting there? Again interrogative adverb. Now relative adverbs, they are used to connect the relative clause to the main clause, and such adverbs not only modify verbs, a word, but they also refer back to an antecedent because they are creating a relation there. Can you tell me about the place where Shakespeare was born? So it is connecting, it is telling about the word place also. So this is a connecting verb, and this is relative adverb. Now next we must know how to form the adverbs. Most of the adverbs, they are formed by adding ly to the adjectives. Like rude becomes rudely, quick becomes quickly. Then in an adjective already ending in y, we first replace it with I, then add ly. Like happy becomes happily, angry becomes angrily. So we have changed y into I before adding ly. When the adjective ends in E, we first drop E and then add ly. Like true becomes truly, double becomes doubly. And then it's not necessary that all the words ending in ly, they are adverbs. Adjectives also, some of the adjectives also, they end in ly, like friendly, lively, lonely, cowardly. So these are not adverbs. Be careful. These are the adjectives. Otherwise also, it depends on the use of a word in a sentence, what part of speech it is. Now, some words can be used as adverbs and they can be used as adjectives also. For example, I say he is a fast runner. In this sentence, fast is telling about runner noun, so it is an adjective. But if I say he runs fast, now fast is telling you about the manner of running, so fast in the next sentence is an adverb of manner. So again, it depends on the use in a sentence. Now coming to next is the position of adverbs in a sentence, and for different adverbs we have different rules. Now sometimes we use them in the beginning. The adverb of time is used in the beginning when you want to emphasize that. Yesterday I was planning to meet you. So here yesterday you are giving emphasis on this time. In the middle also it can be used. I sometimes forget to bring my tiffin. So here we are using this frequency. Adverb of frequency is being used in between. And sometimes even we use it at the end, like she sings well. So well is used after the subject. The position of the adverb, needs careful handling as the position alters the implication of the sentence. The place of the adverb, it just changes the meaning of the sentence. Like if we talk about the adverb only, let's read these sentences. David only reached Pune yesterday, and the other sentence is only David reached Pune yesterday. So David only reached Pune means we are emphasizing on his reaching there. But when we are saying only David, so that means we are talking that only David, nobody else, right? And here he reached Pune. He didn't do anything, he just reached there. So the position makes the difference in comprehension of the sentence also. Coming to next topic is comparison of adverbs. Just like we have comparison of adjectives, we have comparison of adverbs, where we talk about positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. Again, positive for 1, comparative when we talk about 2, and superlative when we talk about 3 or more. Rahim writes neatly. So here we are talking about writing of one person, one noun only. So this is positive degree. His brother writes more neatly than him. So now we are making comparison between the handwriting of 2. Their sister writes the most neatly. So now it becomes a matter of writing among 3 people. So this becomes your superlative degree. We form the comparative and superlative degrees mostly by using ER-EST or by using more, most. So fast becomes faster, fastest, hard become harder, hardest. We also form comparative degrees by adding more or most, like happily becomes more happily, or superlative degree is most happily. Now some adverbs form the comparatives and superlative degrees in just an irregular way, like little becomes less, least, much becomes more or most. So these are the things we have learned in our previous grades also. Some adverbs form the degrees of comparison in irregular ways, like well becomes better, best, much becomes more, most, far becomes farther, farthest, little becomes less and least. So these are all irregular forms. When comparison is made between 2 persons or things, than is used, and in case of superlative degrees, we use the before them. In more than 2 person or things, in, of, among, these are the prepositions that we use when we talk about 2 or more things being compared. Use of some adverbs. You have to be very careful about use of some special adverbs. 2 similar looking adverbs, like sometimes we have 2 similar looking adverbs, but they have different meaning. Like I got late because of a traffic jam, it is referring to time. And lately she has written some interesting stories. Lately here refers to, that means very shortly, recently. Now, he went direct to his father and apologized. Direct here means straight without stopping anywhere. I'll meet you directly means I'll meet you soon. Now, hard and hardly. Hardly means like it's almost not. Very little or almost not. Could you speak a bit louder? I can hardly hear you means I cannot hear you. Like it's almost negligible. But Madhu must be unwell. She hardly ate anything. Hardly ate anything means she had very little, which is again a negligible amount. Hardly and hard, they are completely different. The teacher advised him to work hard. That means adverb of manner, but he hardly did anything. That means he didn't give a heed to it. So and such. The movie was so interesting. Then her clothes were so nice. So we are saying that they were very. We want to say that. It was such an interesting movie. Again, very. She wrote such nice clothes. That means they were also very nice. We use so adjective adverb like so loud, so dull, so quietly. We use such with a noun, right? So is used with adjective or adverb, but such is used with a noun. So this is the difference we have to mark. So and such make the main meaning of an adjective stronger. After a light drizzle, it has become so pleasant. So you are emphasizing, you are telling it that it became more pleasant. So in that sense, we are using. He spoke so fast, I could hardly make out anything. That means the speed was very fast again. Now, difference between enough and too. Enough means something is sufficient we are talking about, and too shows excess of something. Like he walked fast enough to reach the bus stop in time. That means his speed was good enough that he could reach it there. So that was sufficient or reasonably okay. Now we have enough money to buy a new flat. That means sufficient amount so that you can buy it, right? Now, enough can sometimes be used alone also, like if you can take some money from me if you haven't got enough, if you are not sufficient with it. To suggest excess, I just told you she works too hard, it isn't good for her. That means she works hard in excess. It's not good for her health. Don't take too seriously, but don't be so much serious about it. So it should not be excess. We normally say enough or too for somebody something. We didn't have enough money for that beautiful house. These shoes are too tight for me. Now we normally say enough to do something also, like I had enough time to answer. That means sufficient time. I had too little time to answer. That means it was so less that I could not answer. Now quite means less than. It's not like very. Less than very, but more than a little. So this bus is quite crowded. That means it is more crowded. Would you like to wait for the next one? It's not too crowded that you don't want to step in, but it is quite crowded. It's your choice whether you want to get in, you can, but then you can wait for the other one also. So quite means it is less than very, but yes, it is more than a little. Quite also means completely. For example, is this water safe to drink? Yes, it's quite safe. That means it's completely safe. You can just drink it. Coming to next, fairly or rather. So fairly and rather, they both mean moderately, means okay type, in between only, but then fairly is used in a positive sense and rather is used in a negative sense. Like her voice is fairly sweet, so moderately sweet. She sang fairly well, again moderately well. But if you say the teacher was rather annoyed, so annoyance is a negative thing. So when you are talking about negative, you use that with rather. Several words like hot, cold, slow, high, low, these are neutral in themselves. So fairly with these words suggest that it is approval, suggests rather suggest disapproval. So this is what I said. Fairly is used in a positive way and rather is used in a negative way. Like this house can fetch a fairly high rent. So it is used in a positive way. The rent of this house is rather high. That means it is on a higher note. So it is on a negative side. So here we have an exercise for you, scholastic assessment, multiple choice questions. An adverb does not modify which of these? Of course, noun. What are the words that modify nouns called? Yes, they are called adjectives. Adverb that shows how often an action is done. What is that called? That is adverb of number. That means adverb of frequency actually. Generally, adverbs are formed from dash by adding ly. Formed from adjectives. Yes. So here we have adjectives. She is intelligent dash to make her own decision. So she is intelligent quite or much or enough or rather. Yes, enough. That is the perfect answer. In which of the following sentences the correct adverb is used? He is too poor, he is enough poor, he is very poor, or he is much poor? He is very poor. Yes, that is correct, children. That's good. Now underline the adverbs in the following sentences. This is too easy for you to do. Now fill in the blanks with the right word. I was dash impressed by her childlike innocence. So two words are given to you here in bracket. You have to pick out the correct one. So I was high impressed or highly impressed. Perfect. Highly impressed. This statement doesn't seem to be true or truly. True. Perfect. As he came dash, I noticed there were tears in his eyes. So as he came near or nearly? Near. That is perfect. So this way you can just pick out the correct word for rest of the sentences. Choose adverbs from the box below to fill in the blanks. Also identify the type of adverbs used in the sentence. So he left for London yesterday. This is the adverb of time. So we have picked out yesterday. Please tell him that we are waiting. Politely, surely, often, tomorrow, inside, when, outside, what, hence, therefore, yesterday, or what. So we are waiting. Outside can be the answer. And remember, there can be more than one choice also that goes. So you can say inside also. If somebody is outside, we are waiting for him inside. So this is the adverb of place. Like this, you will just recognize the correct word for completing each of these statements. Now fill in the blanks with very, much, too, enough, quite, fairly, or rather. I hope you remember the use of each of them. So we'll just reconsider the reason why we are using a particular word here. It is dash cold to sit down without a room heater. That means you cannot sit without the room heater. It is so cold. So when you are talking of something in excess, then we use to. It is too cold to sit without a room heater. Indian soldiers are dash courageous to face the enemy. They are very courageous, much courageous, enough courageous, quite courageous, fairly or rather. It is quite courageous. You can even use here very courageous, right? So similarly, you'll just fit out the best word in other blanks. Now insert the adverbs mentioned in the brackets in the correct places. We have learnt about position of adverbs in the previous grade also. We have revised them here. So you'll just position them perfectly. The bus isn't late usually. So usually is the adverb of degree. So the bus, we'll just insert here. The bus isn't usually late. Is Rita here? Already. So again, is Rita already here? He makes an error. Rarely. So rarely is adverb of degree. Here you have just one word in the verb. So you'll just recall the rules there. So he rarely makes an error. Kapil is very weak. You have to use here still. Kapil is still very weak. Right? So just pick out the correct place, find out the correct place of the verb, adverb according to the rules you have learned for the correct position of adverbs, and we'll get connected for still other interesting sessions in grammar ahead. Till then, happy learning, children.